Darkness hummed. A low, steady vibration echoed through the void, and for a long time I thought it was my heartbeat, until I remembered I didn't have one anymore. My eyes opened to a world of frost and fractured light. The cryo-chamber walls were veined with cracks, and a thin mist curled from the vents like the breath of something dying. Numbers flickered on a faded console. 42 years elapsed. Revival successful. Environmental status unknown. My body ached with the stiffness of centuries. The gel that had preserved me was half evaporated, congealed into a brittle crust. I tore myself free, falling to the cold metal floor. The sound of my own gasp startled me. It was the first voice I had heard in 15 millennia. The vault was silent, except for the groan of collapsing steel. Rows of cryopods stretched into the darkness, each sealed with a thick layer of dust and corrosion. I wiped a porthole with trembling hands and stared inside. The others hadn't made it. Their faces were gone, long dissolved into nothing. Only outlines remained, ghostly impressions burned into glass. I tried to remember who I was before the sleep. Fragments came like static through fog, cities burning, skies red with plasma fire, the world ending beneath a storm of light. We had called it Project Perseus, humanity's desperate attempt to outlast its own extinction. We promised ourselves we'd wake to rebuild. But 15,000 years had passed. No signals, no voices, no humanity. The airlock shuddered when I touched it, ancient seals groaning in protest. Beyond it lay the world we left behind, whatever was left of it. As the door cracked open, a blinding white light spilled in, carrying the dry scent of dust and eternity. I stepped forward. The light burned through the fog of my vision as I climbed out of the vault. What greeted me was not a world reborn, but a graveyard made of glass. The sky was pale and distant, a washed-out memory of blue. The ground shimmered beneath me, not sand, not stone, but a vast sheet of fused silica stretching to the horizon, reflecting my image like a ghost walking on water. I took a step and heard the brittle crack beneath my boots. The glass was warm, pulsing faintly as if it remembered the fire that had made it. All around me, skeletal ruins of skyscrapers jutted from the ground, their metal bones twisted and hollow. They looked less like buildings, and more like the remains of some long-dead titan, half swallowed by time. No wind, no birds, no sound but the faint ticking of my suit's power cells. Yet there was motion, not from life, but from the land itself. Far off, ripples passed beneath the glass, bending the light in strange, rhythmic waves. Patterns formed and faded, spirals of light that seemed deliberate, almost intelligent. I froze, unsure if I was witnessing geology or communication. Something in the distance caught my eye, a monument of black stone standing solitary amid the waste. I approached it, boots crunching through the fragile surface. The stone was carved with markings, symbols no language could claim, geometric and impossibly precise. They pulsed faintly with an inner glow when I touched them, reacting to my warmth. I whispered the word hello, half expecting silence. Instead, the glass beneath me trembled. A tone, low and resonant, rippled through the air, not threatening but curious. The world was not dead, it was waiting, and it had noticed me. The sound guided me toward the ruins of a city half swallowed by sand and glass. Towers leaned like weary giants, their edges softened by time. I walked for hours before I saw movement, not human, but graceful, deliberate. From the shadows of a crumbled archway emerged figures of light and metal, slender as reeds, their surfaces smooth and shifting like liquid mirrors. Their eyes, if they could be called that, glowed faintly with a flickering blue, the color of dying stars. They surrounded me without hostility, studying me in silence. Then one spoke, a voice soft as static, layered with echoes of countless others. "Flesh returns to dust," it said, "yet the dust remembers." The words chilled me, not for what they meant, but for how they sounded, as though millions of human voices were speaking through it, imperfectly synchronized,